Back to the sidecars now, and this year's P-Race favourites are two veteran drivers who have both chosen Kawasaki Power for their TT 2012 Assault. John Holden finally claimed a lifetime's ambition in 2011, taking his first TT win after 8 previous podium finishes and 18 years of trying, becoming the oldest TT winner in the process. Returning as a TT winner in 2012, John again teams up with his passenger Andrew Winkle and will be confident of repeating that success. Dave Molyneux, now he has a CV that is unrivalled by any other sidecar competitor in TT history. A 14-time TT winner, the Manx legend has finished in 27 races on the mountain circuit, and of those 27, only 4 have been outside of the podium. In fact, there are only 3 competitors in over 100 years of TT competition who have stood on the TT podium more times than Dave, when you consider he's only got a maximum of 2 races to score his results in. After sitting out the 2011 event, he's back for 2012, carrying the #1 plate and with former world champion passenger Patrick Ferrance back in the chair. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome sidecar stars John Holden, Andy Winkle, Dave Molyneux and Patrick Ferrance.
Me first.
Yep. You just said to me when you were having a bite to eat beforehand, you're getting a bit fed up with this oldest TT winner tag now.
Yeah, well, I've been coming here since I was a little boy, and to win the TT was something special. So the TT is everything to me, and I guess most people in here, so I was really proud to do it, and to do it with this guy, that's excellent. So yes, the oldest, but we're still keen, and this year we're going to give it a good run again. So
as winning after, I mean, you've had a shed load of seconds, but winning it now, has that fueled the desire to get on that top step again?
Yeah,
more so than perhaps you had even before.
It's like a drug. Once you've had a taste of it, you just want more. 5 seconds. I mean, it's been this guy and Nick Crow that's been top of the tree forever, and to compete against them was my dream as a young man. That was a long while ago, but you know, but to be competitive at the TT has been something special. So to win one,
fantastic. It was one of the most popular wins as well, and I think the rest of the sidecar paddock would agree with that. Yeah,
well, we don't push ourselves about a bit. We just try hard. We're a privateer team. We've not much help. We get a little bit of help from here, there and everywhere, but no real big major sponsors, no manufacturers behind us, except this year we've got a bit of help from Kawasaki, but it's only some parts at cost price, so nothing special. And we do our best. We put everything we've got into it, and, well, and we got a result, so that's good.
You certainly did. Let's have a chat with Andy over there. Has it been a life changer?
No.
No.
It's one of those dreams you chase. You know, the only time with the sidecars, as the other sidecar boys will tell you, when you come on the island, you've got the same level of respect as the solo boys, because like tonight in the bar, you're mixing with all the, you know, your proper superstars like your John McGuinnesses and your John McGuinness and your John McGuinness. Right, John. And of course you go back home, and of course Friday morning I'm putting letters through a letterbox, and then it just brings you back down to earth. So really coming to this place, it's the only time you get your recognition for what you really do and enjoy, and it is the place to race. You know, you can do your short circuits and really enjoy that, but this place, and then last year to win it doesn't really sink in at all, you know. So.
And you get a nice watch as well. You were particularly made up with those, weren't you?
Yeah, but the thing is, you just keep it in a box and just keep it in the cupboard, and you never wear it. So what's the point, you know? To win it last year it was just out of this world, you know. Like, you come spectating, you spend years watching, and to tell me like 20, 25 years ago that I'll be on the podium and up on the top shelf, and you'd have said you're a complete blithering idiot. But no, it is good. But for changing a life, yeah, well,
not really.
Not really, no.
Well, let's have a word with your fellow passenger here, in Patrick Ferranson. Patrick, you've experienced obviously a world championship, but a TT win. You've put yourself next to somebody who's pretty good at getting them, really.
Yeah, give yourself the best chance with Dave. There's going to be nobody better out there than Dave. So, but I've had both steps of the podium. I've had a second and a third, and I know how good that felt. So if finally get a TT win, if we do this year, it'll be better or rival my world championship. I'm
just going to ask you that. The TT now, the esteem of this sidecar, the two sidecar racers, compare that to the world championship, if you would, for us.
The competition's definitely on a par. I mean, you've got two world champions with Birchall
Chomping at the bit to get up here.
And then you've got John that's in the form of his life. So the competition is just as stiff as any world championship race, with its own what it's in. But if I could finally get a win, it would just be the best feeling in the world for me. I would love it.
Dave, let's have a chat. Last year, you obviously sat out. Did you need to do that in order to come back this year, or did you miss the racing last year?
I did need to take the time out, definitely, 100%, and it was the best thing I did for me. I'm coming back fresh. That's the point, you know. And when I started riding again last September, it was with an open mind. I could have gone either way, but it was almost instant. I thought, yeah, I really want to do this again. Yeah.
Quite astonishing statistic. I don't know whether you heard that on the
Yeah, I wasn't really aware of any of it, and Andy was bumbling away about something in the back, so I didn't hear most of it.
Well, I'll just read what was said by Chris there. Well, you only get 2 cracks at getting a finish, and yet the amount of finishes you've had now, I think, what was it, 3rd on the all-time list?
Yeah. The bank's
it's all right, isn't it? Well, yeah.
Third on the list of
podium finishes.
That's not bad.
It's not bad, it's pretty good.
A couple more podiums would be nice, yeah. But, yeah, he's got to pile the pressure on me, saying how much he wants to win. I've got to perform, haven't I? But
we know you, and we've seen the statistics. You would only want to come back if you felt you had a chance of more wins.
Oh, yeah, that's...
It's a given, isn't it?
Big drive. But it's also a big drive to do it because, like you've just been said, you're at the form of your life sort of thing. And age is really not an issue with sidecar drivers. It just isn't.
And passengers,
right?
says Andy.
But no, it's an experienced sport more so. And you don't see me jogging down the road or pumping iron in the gym or any crap like that. It's not for me. That's it. Experience is where it's at with sidecar riders, and keep at it, Tim, because the more experience you get, the more chance you'll have of beating a grey or a bald old bugger, you know. So keep it up.
I don't think I've seen you as relaxed in the run-up to a TT. You're excited, the eyes are bright, they're burning with ambition as ever, but you seem very content and happy with everything at the moment.
Yeah, things are all right. Pretty good.
Good sponsorships as well.
Yeah, I was very lucky there. plenty more luck in that I got a sponsor that's local, Manx guy. It's nice to see it stay on the island, and we're actually not carrying the sponsor's logo. It's the sponsor sponsors Manifest, which is a big music festival, as you know anyway. And we're just helping promote that for him. That's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, more stories. There's going to be some fascinating sidecar battles this year. Chris, any tweets?
Just a couple in here that says, given the right weather conditions, can Molly or anyone else take Nick's lap record?
Says Nick. Yeah, it's going to say the engines come into it now, don't they?
You've got to remember that the engine spec is slightly different this year. So if we do, then it's a good result.
Another one here that says, some Frankster 200 says, I was so happy to see John and Andy win last year. Never a more deserving crew to take the honours. And somebody else here called Fitch Jr. says, I will make a £100 donation to the helicopter fund if I mention the drivers holding the passengers' winkle. They are then. Or for charity, £100 for charity, Fitz Jr. We will find you. Another one in here. Riding rather wide sidecars, are you annoyed by the lack of possible passing places on the TT course? Good one. Limitless point.
I don't think either have had any problems in the past.
No problems?
No.
Just get out of the way. Simple as. I think that is about it for now. Tim.
Yep, ladies and gentlemen, TT winners from last year, and good luck to them again this year. We've got John Holden, got Andy Winkle, and a returning Dave Molyneux, and an expectant father as well. We've got to give you good wishes on that as well. Patrick Ferrans.
Just one here from Ace Link that says, does Guy fancy a cup of tea or Guinness at the Rovers later? I'm asking for a friend. Okay, we'll leave that there. And what have we got on here now? I think we're pretty much up to date on the tweets. Keep them coming in. We got another we got one more set of guys to get through. Tweet your questions at IOM_TT. For 2012, Honda, excuse me, have a lineup that features one of the all-time TT greats and an up-and-coming young rider hungry to emulate his legendary teammate. John McGuinness is undoubtedly the best of his generation, a rider who can take his place among the all-time greats, winning TT races with an unrivaled consistency at a time when the level of competition is arguably the hardest in 100 years of racing. With 17 wins and 33 podiums since his debut way back in 1996, the Morecambe man has broken record after record. The first man to break the 128, 129, 130 and 131 mile-per-hour barriers, John has also put in a staggering 78 racing laps at more than 125 miles per hour. The outright lap record holder since 2004, John is the second most successful man in the history of the event, and it's not for nothing that he's recognised as a TT legend and one of the greatest road racers ever. Simon Andrews was a revelation of TT 2011, taking the Newcomers Award and bagging a 125-mile-an-hour lap and 2 top 12 finishes in his rookie year. One of the most talented young riders in the UK today, Simon is a front-runner in the British Superbike Championship since 2008 and has all the attributes to go on to become a TT great, just like his legendary teammate. Please welcome onto the stage the Honda TT Legends team, Simon Andrews and John McGuinness.
We'll talk to you, Simon, first, if we may. Fastest newcomer last year, and look at you now.
Yeah, got 2 legs, not too bad. Step in the right direction, yeah.
It's been a tricky time, though, hasn't it, this last winter? you've had a major recovery to undergo yourself.
Yeah, it's been all right. Yeah, I smashed myself up, and I've had to come back from that. But also the plus side of it is, you know, I'm here with John and with Honda, and you know, it's a big step. So even though it was bad, you know, there was a good side of it to come out.
You managed to get to the Ball d'Or as well and get experience in that area of motorcycling as well. Talk us through that.
Yeah, the Ball d'Or. Yeah, that was just hell, really. That was 24 hours of non-stop laps. Couldn't bloody sleep after that. I couldn't stop hallucinating. We went to bed on Friday, and then I slept last night. That was it, really. But you know, I had quite a few people doubting me, saying you wouldn't come back to BSB, or you know, you'd never make it back this year, 2-year recovery. And you know, I made it back. It's just over 10 months now, and not only did I make it back, I made it and finished a 24-hour, and I made sure I did all of my own stints. You know, didn't ask for a helping hand, and just grafted at it, and I did it.
And then, what have you? Was the TT last year everything you expected it to be in the lead up? Because you'd done all your learning, you'd come here, you'd had Milky probably in your ear for God knows how many months, telling you what not to do.
I still got Milky in my ear now. I still speak to him a lot.
Did it live up to everything? Was it or more?
Yeah, more. It's awesome. It's awesome. You know, they're trying to slow motorcycles down a little bit. You know, they keep adding these little chicanes here and there, trying to make things safe, but it's just a nightmare. And you know, when you race a motorbike, you just really want to go fast. And the first thing I remember of the TT is just chuckling to myself along the mountain mile. It was just great, just flat out. And that's where just the fun and the excitement of it just got me hooked. I thought, yeah, this will do. This is good fun. We'll have some of this. And, you know, do you want to come back? I was like, yeah.
Good to see you back as well, Simon. Let's have a word with the man himself then, John McGuinness. And, well, John, this TT Legends concept has really been a hit, hasn't it?
Yeah, but yeah, it's been okay. Last year they changed the livery, and we also did the World Endurance Championship. It was a bit of a shock, really. I didn't know. Neil Tuxford said we've got something for you for 2011, and I thought it was a P45 or something. I didn't realise what was going to happen. He just said we've got some racing. I thought, well, I'm not good enough to do British Superbike and whatnot. And then he said, we'll do this World Endurance thing. I thought, that sounds hard work. Anyway, I just more and more thought about it. It suits me, you know. I just like to be on the bike and like to ride it and be in a nice consistent rhythm. And last year the races we finished fifth 3 times in Qatar and the 2 24-hour races, and you know it got me really sharp for the TT. You know, I missed the Northwest last year, but when I came to the TT, I'd done, you know, I don't know how many laps I'd done. You know, I'd done many laps, and done a few short circuit races with Clive and his family, and we got to the TT sharp, and you know, we managed to have a fantastic year. You know, it was brilliant. I mean, yeah, really awesome. Just back where I wanted to be. I was winning a couple of races.
We'll talk about that more in a moment, but there's also the Paget side of things as well, and what a team they've got, and what a man he is as well at producing bikes that are tested by the mountain course and come through with flying colours.
Absolutely, I really like the Paget family and everything about what they're about. You know, they're old school, which is a bit like myself, and you know, the proof's in the pudding. You know, Hutchie winning 5. I've, you know, won the 2008 senior on their bike. Bruce won the 600 race last year. You know, I mean, the race got stopped, and I mean, I don't know. I mean, Bruce is a complete weirdo. I mean, he's fast asleep 2 minutes, then he goes and wins the race, and then, which I can't understand. You know, Clive force-fed him a drink and force-fed him a ham sandwich, and he went and won the race. So, you know, there's not much magic in that, but that's what you get with Clive. You know, he knows how to work the team and knows how to get the best out of the riders, and which he does. And you know, Bruce won his 8th TT.
You're also embarking on a new venture this year.
What's that, getting married?
Well,
that's an expensive headache.
There is that as well, yeah, but I'm talking about bikes and TT0.
Yeah, riding the electric bike, the Mugen. It's a totally different direction for me. It was just something I couldn't turn down. The Mugen people are approached us, and they came last year to look at the event and like what they saw, and went away and spent God knows how many millions of pounds developing and building this Mugen bike. It's called the Shinden, which is the god of electricity, it's called. And I'm going to look like a fat sumo. I'm going to look like Sumo Flash Gordon, because the leathers, wait till you see him, you're going to piss yourself. I'm all white with an electric lightning strike down the side. So Michael Rutter's going to be completely taking the piss, isn't he? So, but yeah, I mean, it's a bit of an honour, really, I suppose. I mean, I went to Japan to test it. I went to the collection hall, and the Honda collection hall, had a look round there. So it was a fantastic trip, and also I got to ride something that's prototype, and you know, God knows what's going to happen in another 10, 20 years. You know, we might all be riding these bikes. So, and the motorcycle is it's a fantastic looking thing. You know, it doesn't make any noise. It's a bit strange to ride and things, but you know, why not have a go if we can?
Absolutely. Now then, the 2 wins last year. You'd had a winless 2010, but still were consistent. But then, of course, you came back and proved that you get to the finish on the big bikes, you like to take that checkered flag.
We'd love to take that checkered flag. You know, even finishing a TT is incredible. Getting on the podium's amazing, but to win again, you know, I don't know. After 2010, I thought I would never be able to do it again, and you know, the hype and everything else that goes on about who's going to win and who's not going to win, and you know, I just inside my head a little fire burning, and I wanted to come back and win. And I'd worked hard on the bike chassis setup. I'd worked hard with tyre development. I've worked hard with my team. You know, as you can see, our bikes, it's a 2008, 2009 bike. I mean, it won't even be eligible for the TT next year. It'll be too old, you know. But it is actually the same bike we've used every year. It's a really good package, and you know, I wanted to win, and I was determined to win. You know, and the guy gave me a run for my money in the senior. He had 11-second lead, and I just chipped away at him, and there's no way Guy was going to beat me, I'm afraid. Sorry about that. But, when he wins one, we'll all have a day off. It'll be a national holiday, won't it, when he wins one. But I just wanted to win, and that's it. You know, I was consistent on the 600 and pretty good on the stocker as well. So it's a fantastic year, you know. And again, we've got the same for this year. You know, everybody's behind me again. Family are all behind me. I get no hassle. I just go racing, and I've got the best job in the world.
You certainly have. Chris, we got plenty of messages, I'm sure.
Yeah, there's a few in here. First one for Simon, actually. It says, do you prefer A, racing motorbikes, or B, appearing in BT adverts?
What?
No idea. It says, or on TV is a half man, half bull. Explain, or can't you?
No idea.
No idea. Strange things, isn't it?
I hope it's not me. I didn't have a check for it.
Typical rider. John, is Speedway the future?
Not for me. I'm rubbish. I don't know, there's a picture somewhere of me crashing it last time I was out. I was over the handlebars on one, but no, it's just a sport that I like. You know, if I have any spare time, I'll go and watch a speedway race. But no, not for me. I'm too old and fat for that.
It actually says on the bike here, if you look at the front, there's a little sticker about there, and it says wide. I don't know what that means. It's pointing the wrong way. Sorry.
I've heard them all before. Do you want to see my TT trophy cabinet?
Yes, I've seen it. Another one here says, John, if you get up to Joey's 26 wins, is that when you're going to stop?
I tell you what, I never dreamed of getting one, but to get 17 is an incredible bonus. You know, I never thought I'd ever be stood here or sat here with 17 wins. You know, so if I don't win another one, it doesn't really matter. If I win another 10, it doesn't really matter. I just want to enjoy myself and be safe. And you know, I think you know, I was really fortunate to be Joey's last ever teammate just before we lost him, and spent some real quality time with him. And he was 48 years old, and he won on a 125, a 250, which is 2 strokes, and then jumped on the big 1000cc bike and won in sort of tricky conditions. And I stood on the podium with him there, and I just looked across and just saw this amazing man at 48 years old who just won the Formula One race. So, but if I can get anywhere near that, you know, that was something special, such a proud moment in my life, that.
Just back to the Speedway thing a second. It says, ask John if he wants a reserve ride at Wolves Speedway after the TT. Paul Morris at West Midlands. See, there's something going on here.
There's nothing going on. I just like it, and I just like Speedway, and I try to push the sport. I mean, it's a good sport, and nobody really cares about it. And if you go and watch it, I advise everybody to go and watch a Speedway match. But definitely not for me. And they haven't got any brakes, and they haven't got any gears, and they only turn left, so it's pretty weird.
Got a mention in here as well. Ask John if the 2 Superbike wins, if he gets them this year, will it cover the cost of the wedding? Hang on, that's from Keith Amor, by the way.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Keith's coming, actually. He's in love, he's in Cyprus, he's legged it from the taxman or something, I don't know what he's up to. But it's a cheap wedding, trust me. You know what I'm like, what we're spending too much. It's just a cheap do and a shindig at night. So, but to be honest, it still costs a few quid. We went to get a couple of rings, and she says, which one do you like? I just looked for the cheapest one. I said, that one. She says, why? I said, it's the cheapest. It's a guarantee I'm going to leave it somewhere. But no, it should be a good day. I've been with Becky 23 years, to be fair, and so oh no.
Oh, you were waiting for this, weren't you?
No.
There's loads of tweets on here, but I'm not going to. All right, I was going to leave that.
The parsnip joke.
Yeah. Look, this one here.
Mother's Day without parsnips, it's the end of the world.
Christmas. Another one in here from Rowdy Beagle says, awesome show, love the TT. My dad's 65th birthday next week, and to be celebrating at the TT. And speaking of birthday wishes, Monday, how old?
39.9999. That's
40.
Yeah, I was 40. I went to Euro Disney with the family, and
Brilliant.
Walt Disney extracted a few £100 out of me. It was painful, I can tell you. But I was 40. I mean, you know when you're young and you think, you're sort of 18, 19, you think, 40-year-old, what an old bastard he is and all that. And you just look at him, and I'm 40 now, and it feels like yesterday when I was 18. It's frightening, but...
Here's another one. Have you got the hat on to cover a bald spot?
Yeah, it's dropping out. A lot of people say I've had a paint job in it, but I don't even brush it, never mind dye it. So there's no way I'll be doing that. No, Monster paid me 100 grand, so I just thought I'd wear it,
We'll do. And the final one, I think, for now, because we are getting on to time, is John in favour of some more road races being held in the mainland UK?
Absolutely, I'm well up for that. There's talk of one in Scotland, is there, around Hoyk area or something? I hope so. I mean, obviously, there's lots of things to get through, a lot of various bits and pieces with councils and bunting. I know that it's going to be difficult, but if I can help in any way, I'll definitely try and help it along, and I'd like to see some more road racing. I'd have a road race around, Morecambe. I'd be well up for that. I'd be fast around there.
Speaking of Morecambe, I think Captain Sparkle and Mr. LED were on there, famous Morecambe residents as well, more famous than you.
Is that him that put the firework up his
arse? That's them.
Set a firework off his head.
That's them, Tim.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Honda TT Legends team are part of it this year. Simon Andrews, the newcomer from last year, and the 17-time TT winner, John McGuinness.